Welcome to Moonlight.
Once upon a time, on a warm summer night, Princess Cinderella felt a soft breeze whispering through her open window. The palace was quiet, but the forest beyond was alive with the soft sounds of crickets chirping and leaves rustling. Cinderella, who loved adventure, gazed at the moonlit woods, wondering what secrets they held. She had never ventured into the forest at night, but something about tonight felt special, almost magical. Curious, she slipped on her light blue cloak and quietly tiptoed out of the palace. As she stepped into the cool night air, the stars twinkled brightly above, lighting her path toward the dark, mysterious forest. The trees stood tall and proud, their leaves glowing faintly in the moonlight. As soon as she entered, Cinderella felt a gentle tug on her heart, as though the forest was welcoming her. "I wonder who lives here," she whispered to herself as she walked deeper into the woods. Suddenly, there was a soft rustling in the bushes, and out popped a friendly deer with soft brown eyes. The deer bowed gracefully, as if it had been waiting for her. "Welcome, Princess Cinderella," the deer said with a calm, soothing voice. "I am Fawn, the guardian of this forest. We've heard of your kindness and have been hoping you'd visit us one night." Cinderella smiled, delighted by the deer's gentle manner. "What a beautiful forest this is," she said. "But I didn't know animals could speak here." Fawn nodded and led her deeper into the trees. "This is the Midnight Forest, a magical place where the animals come alive after sunset. Come, let me introduce you to my friends." As they walked, the forest began to light up with soft glowing plants and tiny fireflies that danced around like stars fallen from the sky. Soon, they reached a clearing, where a cozy campfire burned softly in the middle of a circle of trees. Around the fire sat the most extraordinary creatures Cinderella had ever seen. There was a cheerful monkey swinging from a low branch, a wise old owl perched on a tree stump, and a sleepy little bear curled up next to the fire. Fawn gently nudged Cinderella forward. "Meet my friends," he said proudly. "This is Milo," he pointed to the monkey who was balancing on his tail. "He loves to play tricks, but he's got the biggest heart in the forest." Milo flipped down from the tree and gave Cinderella a playful wink. "Pleasure to meet you, Princess. Stick with me, and we'll have the best time in this forest." He handed her a glowing fruit, which tasted like sweet honey when she bit into it. "This here is Olwen, our wise old owl," Fawn continued, introducing the owl with the glowing amber eyes. Olwen hooted softly, his feathers gleaming in the moonlight. "The forest is full of wonders, young princess," Olwen said, his voice deep and warm. "But tonight, it's especially magical because the moon is full. You see, this is when we gather to celebrate the beauty of the midnight forest. And over there," Fawn said with a smile, "is Bumble, our little bear who loves to sleep by the fire." The bear stretched lazily, looking at Cinderella with sleepy eyes. "Nice to meet you," Bumble murmured, before curling back into a ball and softly snoring. Cinderella giggled, feeling more comfortable and welcome with each new friend she met. As they sat around the fire, the animals told her stories about the forest, about the glowing river that sparkled like diamonds under the moon, and the singing stones that chimed when the wind blew just right. Cinderella listened, enchanted by their tales. Suddenly, Milo leaped up with excitement. "Let's show her the best part of the forest," he exclaimed, grabbing her hand and pulling her toward a hidden path. Intrigued, Cinderella followed as the animals led her to a magical tree with leaves that shimmered in silver. At the base of the tree was a small pond, and when Cinderella looked into it, she saw her reflection, but it was glowing softly, as if she were made of moonlight. "This is the pond of dreams," Olwen explained from behind her. "When you look into it, it shows you the dreams in your heart." Cinderella knelt by the pond and gazed into its depths. As she watched, the water shimmered and began to show her dancing in a beautiful ballroom, surrounded by her friends, and everyone in the kingdom smiling with joy. It was a peaceful and happy dream. Fawn stepped forward and dipped his hoof into the water. "This pond helps us remember the good things in life. And it reminds us to carry peaceful dreams into the night." Cinderella smiled softly. "It's beautiful," she whispered. "Thank you for showing me this." As the night wore on, the animals took her to see more wonders of the midnight forest. They showed her glowing mushrooms that lit the path like lanterns, and trees that whispered lullabies when the wind passed through their branches. Milo and Fawn played games in the moonlight, while Olwen hooted stories of ancient forest magic. But soon, Cinderella felt her eyes growing heavy. The warmth of the campfire, the soft glow of the forest, and the gentle voices of her new friends made her feel incredibly sleepy. "I think it's time for you to rest, Princess," Olwen said kindly, noticing her yawns. Fawn led her to a cozy bed made of soft moss and leaves under the great silver tree. "Sleep here, Cinderella, and dream under the stars," he said. As Cinderella lay down, the stars above twinkled like tiny lanterns, and the forest seemed to hum a lullaby just for her. The animals gathered around her, and the fireflies gently floated overhead, lighting the night with a soft glow. "Thank you for this adventure," Cinderella murmured, her voice sleepy. "I've never felt so peaceful." "You're always welcome here," Fawn whispered. "The midnight forest is your home too, now." And with that, Cinderella drifted into the most peaceful sleep she had ever known. Surrounded by her new jungle friends, under the stars and the silver trees, she dreamed of more magical adventures yet to come.